This absolute disaster.
I went from racing simulators to real life racing.
He bought his own car to compete in this championship to prove what sim racers can do.
Now, I'm competing against professional Le Mans drivers for the Radical US Championship. And this is the final battle. But they brought 2 professional drivers to stop me on track.
Anders Fjordbach is a FIA World Endurance Championship driver.
I got some money.
They can just punted him in the back.
I don't give a shit. I want to go down there and say some of those assholes right now.
It's essentially me versus 3 cars. They're sharing data. They are going to help each other so that Chris gets the championship.
The biggest battle out there right now. This is for a championship. If there's one thing to know about Suellio Almeida, he's outclassed an LMP2 driver, an LMDH driver, a Le Mans driver.
You know, it's one thing to do it on a sim. It's a different thing to do it live where there's accidents and you can't hit the reset button. I can tell that all the technique that he teaches, I can see him applying it on the track. I only hate one thing in the world, and it's losing.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway, the Radical Cup North America Championship. It's really tight.
I'm a little nervous. I can feel he's stressed too, so I feel stressed for him a little bit.
Alright, bud. Have fun. Do what you do best, alright? There's a reason why you're coach on the Sims now, alright? Bring it home.
Radio check. Yep, I'm good. Get ready. It's green flag racing here at Sonoma Raceway. They already left him
Chris started at P3, right behind his 2 friends. But in the first 2 corners, they already swapped position and gave them to Chris.
This is good news for Chris McMurray in Pro 1340. That would be maximum point score. A lot on the line here for Suellio Almeida.
Then, they started overslowing in front of me to increase the gap even more.
Chris McMurray finds himself in the lead of Pro 1340. This has big championship points implications as well, because Suellio Almeida only had 15 points heading into this race. At the moment, that would put Chris McMurray back in the lead of the championship. Literally every pass, every position is going to count in this one. And now the final battle on track is between Anders Fjordbach and the 3 of Almeida, and Almeida has got a great run. Hopefully we can pick up this action. We're going to see them just in the back of shot here as they go through past the Toyota signage. Can Almeida make a lunge into the inside? We'll wait and pick them up. I don't know if he was close enough out of that final chicane. If there's one person who knows how to do a late move, it's Almeida. No, he does finish 4th behind Anders Fjordbach. And so Chris McMurray will move into the lead of the Pro 1340 Championship.
Yeah, it's very ugly. Very ugly what they did the entire race. The entire race, man.
It speaks volumes about them having to throw 2 guys between you because they're scared.
Oh, this is bad, man. This is bad.
What happened? Very childish. He didn't even try to hide it. He just went slow on purpose in front of me, braking in front of me on high-speed stuff that you don't brake at all. Bro, turn 3, braking in front of me on turn 3, a flat corner. How are you 1 second faster per lap in quali, and then you just let him go on corner 1?
They both lost 2 seconds a lap that race. Doing whatever they can to win, I guess. And it's a...
Once you do the podium,
I saw him go off.
everything's under there.
I saw you.
I'm sick for you, dude. I'm sick for you. I couldn't even concentrate on my race because I was thinking about your race. Dude, don't hang your head low. Just do what you can do, and whatever. If this is how it's going to be, whatever. What do you do? I mean, how do you go home and feel good about that?
I mean, how do you qualify doing a 40.5 and then you're doing 43s the whole race?
Dude, it's laughable. I don't know what to say about it, but I feel for you, dude.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Their plan is clearly working. I lost all my lead in the championship. If the same thing happens again in race 2 and 3, I will lose the championship.
Tu imagina muito assim na minha cabeça.
Eu também.
He's been awesome. Coming from the sim side, I didn't know what we were going to get into. My background in IndyCar, it's been amazing to see how good he's been. The year has been great between him and Chris. Today, Chris has decided to hire 2 more drivers, 2 more pro drivers. So they've become a bit of a hurdle for us to get around.
At this point, I'm already assuming that the baseline results for today will be that I will not get the championship. So if I do get it, it's a bonus.
You got this, eh? Just like Road America, just like every other race you've been into. Believe in yourself. You've come far. Remember that one time we were in Miami? F4, and now you're in your own car that you own. You have a lot of people that believe in you, and you have a lot of people that trust in your work. You got this, all right?
Got a green flag here at Sonoma Raceway.
Chris is way ahead in this race. Let's push.
And so far, so good. There's been a spin, though. Someone has had a big moment there at the top of the hill. It looks like a rear wing has been folded down, and more drama, and there's cars in the midst of that. That looks like Greg Gorski getting caught up in that. Wayne Williams.
This time, I'm sending it like I've never sent it before. This time I'll be more aggressive, especially if they try to slow me down. I kept following Matt for many laps until I realized that, wait, is that Chris? Let's go.
And at the moment, McMurray is second in class. That's good news for Suellio Almeida, who sits 4th. It's really tight at the top of all these championships.
Now this is it. This is my chance. I'm not gonna miss this.
Chris McMurray, he's the leader in Pro 1340. Suellio Almeida just behind him. So Suellio Almeida's found some pace. This is what we didn't see in yesterday's race. It was a quiet one for the sim star come real world racer, and now he's looking good. His championship rival is just ahead, regardless of what's happened. Suellio Almeida can see Chris McMurray in his sights.
But of course, they would do something about it. They released one of their drivers right in between us, out of the pits.
It is. Matt McMurray has gone behind the championship rivals. The Crown Concepts car comes out of pit lane. Oh, that's absolute disaster. Unbelievable stuff. I tell you what, Suellio Almeida has lucked out there. The car 30 has come back out in front of Suellio Almeida, who's trying to take a championship for himself and has got in the way. I don't know if that was team orders, but it wasn't classy at all. I've got to say that was very, very tight stuff.
This is it. This is the best chance I've got the whole weekend. I have to use this. I have to catch up and I have to pass him.
Tell you what though, he's got the bit between the teeth already. He seems to have clawed back a couple of car lengths on Chris McMurray, and at the moment there's nothing Matt McMurray and Anders Fjordbach can do. This is what it comes down to, a years-long competition. Almost a master and apprentice in Chris McMurray, the old dog with plenty of tricks, a real elbows out, aggressive racer, teaching this young gun who has been a star in the sim world, a fantastic driver coach in his own right. and putting everything into practice in the real world. It's been a baptism of fire this year in the Radical Cup North America Series. Suellio Almeida has had to learn what it's like to rub shoulders, rub fenders and everything else with someone as aggressive as Chris McMurray, and look at him again right on the gearbox. This is 1 and 2 in the championship. They've certainly touched before. Will they touch again? That is the question. I know Bo Barfield in race control will be watching very eagerly to see what happens between these two. Just having an issue, it looks like. Almeida's fallen back into the clutches of that red machine, car 30 now. So what has happened to Suellio Almeida?
What happened? This happened.
He had pace and was right on the gearbox of Chris McMurray, who's gone off the track. This is a change in the lead for the points, and Suellio Almeida is through. So just like that, things change once again.
Yes, he's ahead of Chris.
Yeah!
Yes, let's go.
Let's go! In the Radical Cup Series, and Chris McMurray finds himself second in class. Wow. So just as we thought there was a disaster brewing for the number 3 of Suellio Almeida, McMurray got caught up trying to outbrake a 1500 into the chicane. All of a sudden, he's the one that's now under pressure.
This is not over. I'll try to stay ahead as much as I can. I know they won't pass Chris. They want him to pass me. All I need now is to do perfect lap after perfect lap as much as I'm capable. And I do it. For many laps, I stay ahead until they give up and swap positions. So now Matt attacks me to try something.
Suellio Almeida now has a hard-charging Matt McMurray chasing him down into the final corner. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. The battles are still raging in Pro 1340. But the white flag is out, and Almeida, what can he do? He is the last of the late breakers. He's so good on the left pedal.
Unless, of course, I make a mistake.
It's okay, as long as Chris is behind him.
There's hope. There's one more race. We can do this. This was not perfect, but it's good enough.
It's Suellio Almeida who pumps his fist because he's ahead of Chris McMurray, and that was a big day in the championship. All these battles are going to come down to the wire.
P2 is still leading in the championship. There's one race left. Man, can't make this shit up.
So difficult. Why? Because it's me versus 3 drivers. The whole race.
What did I fucking tell you? I'm so fucking proud of you, dude. That was awesome to see.
That's awesome. Your videos, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you're gonna like this one.
Yeah. Whenever you got the lead, they started putting in hot laps to take points away from you. Like, it's crazy. They found 2 seconds of lap time.
Suddenly.
As soon as they get in front of you.
No, he doesn't even look at me now. I was literally fighting for 2 laps with a whack driver. Like, whoa.
I feel like I'm in your movie. And you're the main character, you know?
And that's the main girl.
Right there, the main girl.
The main female. There's one more. There's the final chapter.
So what do you need to do to stay on top?
I need to finish 1 position behind him, or better, to be champion. That's it.
He's just calm, cool, collected. He knows what he's got to do. It's good. It's what we needed to see out of him. So I'm happy.
Sangue nos olhos, hein? Ódio.
Good luck, buddy. Give him hell. Great.
Got this, eh? That's it.
as we go green for the final time here in 2024. Brake later than most, we've got it. Spin further back though, and someone's gone round. There's plenty of dust and dirt.
Stay ahead, stay ahead, stay ahead. We're good, let's go.
The biggest battle out there right now in terms of championships. Suellio Almeida ahead of car 2. Suellio Almeida is still ahead of Chris McMurray, right behind the 30, and the pole man of Anders Fjordbach.
Of course, they're gonna do exactly the same thing. Slow down in front of me to help Chris pass me. Anders is faster. He qualified ahead of us, 1 second. And now, I'm suddenly faster than him and he's slowing down in such weird places. What's worse is that he knows exactly where to slow down in a way that I just cannot pass him. He just slows me down in a very effective way.
We saw a little bit of team interplay, if you will, as Chris McMurray has a look on Suellio Almeida.
He's right there. Just defend. Just defend. We're gonna have to do this all race.
Suellio Almeida has a small points lead, 7 points. So he can afford to be 1 position back from Chris McMurray. Regardless of that, whether Chris is first or second, Suellio just needs to at least be behind him. If for some reason another car was in between them, that's when it would be problematic. And Suellio Almeida is still ahead of car 2.
Defend. Now the overslowing is getting more and more obvious. Look at this. This is like 20 kilometers per hour slower than what we should be doing here. The overslowing keeps getting worse and worse. I mean, what do you do in a situation like this? The strategy is pretty simple. You overslow on entry and then you get a better exit and you keep doing the same thing in every corner. I've been holding on for 3 laps, but 40 minutes doing that? And he's hitting me all the time.
Look at that. Look how close they are. Car 30 and Chris McMurray's trying to go around the outside. There's a touch. Chris McMurray's bumped and he's through. So McMurray now is ahead of Suellio Almeida. We'll see how quickly he can catch. So this is not what Almeida needs. For the championship, he needs to remain in touch with car 2. And as they come out into that final hairpin, he's going to probably have a look, because McMurray is getting passed to the inside by one of the Platinum class cars, and that's Clint Field. Suellio Almeida is now tucked up right behind the gearbox of car 2 as they head down the straight and through the kink.
What you're about to see is the most disgusting move of the whole weekend. One that nearly broke me down mentally.
Oh, and Almeida's now got boxed in, has he? So yes, Almeida's been boxed in by Anders Fjordbach. And that's touched, and they've touched again. And certainly Almeida is not giving an inch. He knows the championship battle's on the line. You can see that Anders Forsbach has slowed down a little bit. I think there's definitely some team orders at play, because now Matt McMurray has got past the youngster from Brazil.
I want to go down there and say some of those assholes right now. If I was in IndyCar, I'd go down there right now and talk some shit.
Suellio Almeida's got to be careful here. He's just got to remain calm. The race is a long one. 30 minutes remain. The pit stops will be crucial.
All you can do here is keep racing your race. You got it. You're better than he is. He'll make mistakes.
He can afford to give up a little bit right now and clear himself from the pit stops. In fact, I wonder whether Graham Rahal Performance will try and do an undercut.
Tell him if all three of them pits, he stays out.
Get that driver out into clear air. We'll wait and see.
It's coming down to the pit stops.
Down into the hairpin, you could see Suellio Almeida, last of the late breakers, trying to make a move. And he's waving his hand. He's saying race control. Look ahead. Look what's happening. The 31 and the 30 seem to be holding me up. There's no doubt about that. The gap now to Chris McMurray has certainly extended.
Keep parking in front of Suellio to let Chris lead. Lost 2 seconds lap again. They fucking parked it in front of Suellio to let Chris get in front.
But to win a championship, you've got to win races. And to win races, you've got to beat anyone that's out there. Suellio Almeida has some work to do. Chris McMurray leads that pack of cars. First, second and third for Crown Concepts. The young gun with so much talent behind the sim has turned it into an exceptional season here in the Radical Cup North America Series. Crown Concepts ×3 versus young Suellio Almeida. Suellio Almeida is back ahead of Chris McMurray. Would you believe that?
Suellio, the pit window is open. You stay out. If Chris comes in and they stay out, you follow Chris in.
45 seconds, I got you. Go on me, not anyone else. For now.
Push hard, push hard, push hard. Fit this lap, Suellio, fit this lap.
Effectively, Almeida needs to stay behind Chris McMurray. He doesn't need to necessarily win that battle or even beat him on track, but he can't afford to be more than one position back.
What? I thought we had a good pit stop. Unless his pit stop was illegally fast.
Yes! Yes, tell him right now.
Chris had a short pit stop.
Chris had a short pit stop. He was under the limit. He was too fast.
Okay, this can be good, but I don't know if he's actually gonna get a penalty yet, so I just need to drive. I gotta catch up as much as possible. I need to focus.
Wait. It's a 59! Yes! Let's go!
There's the battle. The 1340, Chris McMurray is at the top of the screen. Suellio Almeida needs to stay in front of the 31. Anders Forsbach has a fantastic run on Suellio Almeida. Almeida will have to defend this. He's going to go to the inside surely. Anders Forsbach will try to go around the outside. It's not going to work around the hairpin. Almeida has learnt plenty of racecraft in the virtual world. Now it's time to put all that into practice in the real world. This is not just for track position, this is for a championship. And the car 3 of Suellio Almeida continues to remain in front. You can see another car closing in on that battle. So Crown Concepts is behind Almeida and in front. The pressure must be immense underneath that black helmet. Almeida would win by 5 points if things remain the same.
This is all your race here. You know what to do. Stay smart, stay fast.
16 minutes to go, 16.
It's going to be a long 15 minutes for the kid from Brazil.
If I lose one position, I lose the championship. I have to catch up as quickly as possible, but they don't stop attacking. I'm gonna drive the best I can, and that means taking more risks.
Right now he's going to need everything because Anders Fjordbach has closed in yet again. A driver that's got WeatherTech experience, European Le Mans experience, up against a sim racer. Suellio Almeida is a master at his craft, but he's been learning the ropes in terms of the real world. And now the 30 of Anders Fjordbach has fallen back. It seems like now it's time for another attack, and this time it's going to be from Matt McMurray. So Almeida just with a bit of breathing space at the moment, but you could see car 31 starting to close in. Fjordbach couldn't do the job. What can McMurray do?
They just called it. Chris has to stop one more time and hold for like 1 second before going out. He got a penalty for being too quick.
But all eyes are on car 3. Hardest sandwich you'll ever be in the middle of. You can see how much he's pushing the back of Suellio Almeida. On the podium after race 1, Suellio Almeida said, "I'm racing 3 guys." And McMurray has gone through pit lane. So what's this? A penalty for McMurray? That could change everything.
Need to push hard here. Chris is serving a drive-through penalty.
If he finishes behind him, we're good, right?
Yeah, but if they crash him out...
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to him. If he lets him go...
I'll let him just let him run.
I don't want them to crash him, though.
If they crash him,
we're out for blood. Maybe just let him know, hey, you can keep going here. If you finish behind those two, you're also good. Your choice. But don't overdrive it.
they're just going to slow him down.
That's also true. Keep him going. Keep him going.
Remember, Suellio, this is your race. You run it how you want. Make sure you're safe and smart and fast. You got it.
Again, a defensive line from car 3. It's beautiful to watch. Someone that's hardly been in a motor car now has all of the pressure from 2 great drivers behind him. Superstars of their own right. Suellio Almeida, if he can pull this off, going to be an absolute superstar of the future. And side by side again, they go. Almeida's to the inside. McMurray's right there. There's been another touch, but Almeida's got the elbows out. He's learnt from Chris McMurray.
Just tell him nothing dumb. Run our race, we're fine. If we finish this race where we're at or 2 positions behind, we're fine. No penalties, nothing stupid.
He's learnt from Matt's dad. He knows what to do. He knows where to place that Pro 1340.
Remember to stay smart here. If you finish behind those 2, you're still good.
A radical's never been wider around Sonoma Raceway. Jordan Messick still leads Pro 1500. Oh, McMurray's had a big moment. He said, "Go through." McMurray's let his teammate through. He says, "No, I've lost it." He almost gave a bit of a hang 10 symbol a signal out of the cockpit. Suellio Almeida finally will be sighing some relief just for a moment before undoubtedly another attack. If there's one thing to know about Suellio Almeida, he's outclassed an LMP2 driver, an LMDH driver, a Le Mans driver, a European Le Mans Series racer.
There are 5 minutes remaining. Chris McMurray is 27.5 seconds back. Race hard.
After catching my breath, let's take you to the end. 6.5 minutes remain. They're side by side again. Fjordbach goes for a move. It's hard to make a move stick around the outside of that hairpin here at Sonoma Raceway. It's just a wall. You could see Almeida fighting the wheel of car 3's driving the absolute tyres off this thing. Car 3 is no doubt squealing at the moment, given the amount of pressure that is being applied. It was always going to be interesting to see what would happen as this weekend unfolded. Certainly in the practice sessions, it just appeared that the Crown Concepts cars had a little edge over the Graham Rahal performance car. It just seemed as though Chris McMurray was feeling comfortable with his teammates alongside him, but Suellio kept his head down, and he's risen to the occasion, and he continues to rise. He has not put a foot wrong in this race. And again, Fjordbach tries around the outside. He'll try the up and over, but it's so hard to get a run out of that final corner. Almeida just is managing to place this car beautifully. You can see him just flow the car from one side to the other, making it difficult for Fjordbach to gain any momentum and have a run. The white flag is out. It's been an absolutely stellar drive from the sim racer turned real world superstar.
I'm proud of myself. I held these guys for 20 minutes non-stop. Every defense was perfect. I just needed a couple more corners. But I made a small mistake. Just a tiny mistake.
Oh, and Fjordbach's found the moment he needed to go through. Fjordbach is through, so is Matt McMurray. Finally, he couldn't sustain the pressure, but I don't think it matters. He has taken provisionally the championship in Pro 1340. He somehow soaked up all the pressure that was applied from multiple Crown Concepts cars, but unbelievably, with all that pressure, Suellio Almeida did what he needed to do. Congratulations, and Suellio Almeida pumps the air.
Stand it, boy. Stand it. Oh my God. Way to race, buddy. Way to race. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm exhausted, man. So what position did first finish? I believe P5. Does that mean you're talking to a Radical Cup champion? I think that means you're a Radical Cup champ. Yeah, did you hear that? We're actually champion. Let's go.
We did it!
Good job. Way to race, buddy. Way to race.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Oh, what a great finish of season.
Let's go, Suellio! Let's go!
Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Congratulations. Thanks, man. That was a nice. Oh, man, it was so difficult to hold you guys for like 40 minutes. Well deserved.
Great job, buddy.
I held 2 X drivers for 40 minutes. Yep. If the race was 35 minutes, I would have won 2 races today.
Yep.
But they're just always there, like one mistake.
We were watching the entire battle the whole time.
Awesome, man. To hire 4 drivers, not 2. Thanks.
Congrats. You know, the problem when you're 60 is you forget things. Pit limiter?
Oh, fuck.
And I thought I was good.
If it wasn't for that, we would be fighting the whole race. Because we were pretty fucking close.
Good shit. Great driving.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
Fantastic. That was unbelievable.
It's just so funny that after all of that effort that Chris has put in, like bringing those 2 guys on, he goes and screws up his pit stop. Couldn't get it done. It's hilarious. 1 man against 3. You won.
Did it, man. Thank you.
Well done. Really good job. Thank you, man.
Discord says hi and congratulations. I was streaming from the stands. Everyone's super stoked for you.
You guys are talking to a Radical champion now.
You got it, man. Yeah. Dude, congrats.
Just no mistakes. It was what made me champion.
We did it, man. We did it. He has just been declared a champion. Congratulations, Suellio Almeida. Now, Suellio, pressure was unbelievable. 2 WEC drivers behind you. You soaked everything up when you needed to in the end.
Yeah, no, I think the conditions of this race extracted the best of Suellio Almeida today. I'm generally a very cautious driver in real life. It's been only 2 years since I transitioned from sim. And I know that like real life drivers have this mentality of really pushing a lot, and I'm always under the limit a little bit. Having 2 WEC drivers behind me kind of fixed that. So like I've never seen so much red in my eyes, like just driving like a madman. And the lap time came, and I realized that my technique allowed me to be that aggressive, and the lap time came. I did like my best lap time in the whole weekend on the very hot track in low conditions. So yeah, thank Matt and Anders for pushing the best out of me today. And yeah, I can say now that I'm a Radical champion.
Congratulations, particularly our champion for the first and second on the podium. Congratulations, Anders Fjordbach, Matt McMurray, but Suellio Almeida taking the championship. And in third place,
we did it.
He's done it again. Congratulations. Another wonderful podium. What an end to this season. Matt Rumer.
All of them are messaging me right now. All of them are messaging. Please let them know we're so proud of you. We follow you. Like, we love like, what you're doing. And it's like we feel like we're racing with your dad. So just keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, man.
Did it.
What's next, man?
For now, celebrate.
Yeah.
Then go to Germany for the Sim Racing Expo.
Hell yeah.
We don't know what's next still. I'm still talking to partners and looking for sponsors, figuring out what's going to be the next year. But
hell yeah.
What the fuck? Did it.
Suellio is the actual like slave labor.
He brought us to the mountains and make us work really bad. I don't know.
Yes, it is. It's incredible to work with Suellio. He's a very unique individual, and his brain functions like no one I've ever met, and it's very intriguing. It's also very easy to work with him because he's like, he doesn't around. He's very focused. He's like, he goes to bed, he wakes up. It's easy to travel with him too. Like he moves very swiftly. He moves easily. He's smart as fuck, and he's underestimated everywhere he goes, which is very, very entertaining. So sometimes he picks his nose.
Yeah, all the time.
It was amazing what he threw at the championship and his fellow competitors. Congratulations. Second place in Pro 1340, Chris McMurray.
I want to congratulate Suellio. Threw the kitchen sink at you this weekend. I thought we had you in race 1. You did a great job in race 2, man. And then the old man lost his mind in race 3. So anyway, congratulations. I wish you the best in your future. It was a pleasure to race with you.
It has been an amazing season. A driver who obviously has a lot of skill, but it started off not with the walls meaning as much as they do in real life, not with the fear that at the end of the day every driver has to deal with. You know, everyone says, oh, there's no fear in motorsport, but if you're not concerned about something, you're not pushing hard enough. To start off in a season, to be up against the likes of Chris McMurray, not to mention the other drivers in the class. Today, we saw that he hadn't just learned to hit master. To keep 2 WEC drivers behind him as long as he did, the stamina, the mental strength that he had for this championship, you know you're going to go on to tremendous things in the future. Congratulations, our champion for Pro 1340, Suellio Almeida.
Go Suellio! Let's go!
It's not often that you get a standing ovation at these things, so congratulations.
Thank you so much. Feels a little bit weird. It feels like I'm in a movie right now, because 3 years ago I had no idea I was going to race in real life, and things evolved very quickly with my online business, with my content creation. You know how things go nowadays. You kind of explode, and suddenly everyone knows about you. And I built this whole night to day career, and suddenly I found myself racing in real life. And it's been always very. I think the challenge is to actually just adapt to how things changed so quickly in my life. Year after year is a whole movie, it's a whole new things happening, and it's all so important and so real, like that for me to keep up with it has been very difficult. But I'm here, I'm doing it. I have to thank this huge community of sim racers, of people who were playing video games all over the world, who trusted me and trusted that I could make them go faster. And after that, after 200 million views and people trusting my work, trusting my courses, I was able to afford a radical. It is because of them. It is because of this huge community. It is because of people who want to make the move to real life but don't have the funds, and then they find their passion in sim racing, and then somehow they end up moving to real life. So I try to represent that story as much as possible, because it is a big responsibility for me. I have to thank everyone from the community, and we're calling them now the Motor Racing Academy community. And I have to thank Graham Hall Performance. Thank you so much for the amazing team, the amazing professionalism. It feels weird for me, like that everything is done, everything is perfect, and the car is amazing, and the treatment has been perfect. So this was the best experience I've ever had in motorsports. Thank you so much. Thank you, Radical, for the amazing events and for the amazing competition. It's crazy that I was fighting with WEC drivers on track, and I was actually holding them for 35 minutes. That was nice.
Well, also, I'm not sure what you've paid Chris to be your antagonist in these video series this year, but I tell you what, I feel like without him, there wouldn't be such a following with the Radical Racing, because it was sort of like the golden child and the villain, if you will, almost.
I'm always talking, I'm always joking with my editor, like the movie's already scripted. Like we just have to live it, because it's actually like that. Every season, every weekend was perfect for the story. Like, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be easy. I'm 15 points ahead, and then there's this bomb. Like Sonoma is not gonna be easy, and then every weekend has been the same. Road America, we had that pouring rain, and Chris was the main villain for sure. Actually, a lot of people thought he was a paid actor, indeed. Like they really thought that it was a fake thing just for the content.
Well, Chris, you've got your career there, mate. But what I also realised is, aside from you learning, like you could see the craft that you were learning, all of a sudden you were, I think, a little bit more prepared to put your nose in, where maybe you were forcing an issue, really getting your elbows out, as I mentioned. But the other thing I'm not sure that everyone saw was the amount of respect that you guys ended up having for each other on the track, even though you were fighting fiercely for a championship.
Yeah, I think there's something real racers. I actually try to teach that a lot in racecraft to my students. Hard racing is good racing. And as long as you don't go over the limit too much and you actually like retaliate or create something really bad that's like unsportsmanlike, that's a good thing. So when suddenly you get past and do this on the grass, like that's a good move in a way. Like of course you're always on the limit of the rules, right? But I think me and Chris, we were really exploring all the limits possible of racing this weekend. The whole season, the whole year. It's been a year. And yeah, I did learn a lot. I think for me, it's mostly racecraft, the mindset of pushing all in for 40 minutes and really aggressive racing, but at the same time, precise racing. We did get many good fights pretty much everywhere. Road America was amazing. Last lap was corner. And then we had Laguna Seca. Then we had Laguna Seca. It was amazing racing as well. And I mean, I did learn a lot. This was a big racing school that I'm pretty sure I'm a much better driver than Jenner.
Well, I think we saw that from the start of the year to now, the evolution has been exceptional. Congratulations, Suellio Almeida, our champion, Pro 1340. There hasn't just been a battle for the Drivers' Championships, it's also been for the Teams' Championship. Of course, Graham Performance has been right in the thick of things, particularly with Suellio Almeida.
3. Wait, move this way a little. Let's go.
This is the impossible dream of a sim racer. I'm only here because of your support and your trust. The Motor Racing Academy students and friends who have helped me along the way. There's more to come. We're growing. We will be racing more. And I will bring you with me as I tell these stories. Thank you so much to my sponsors Logitech G and World of Racing for making this possible. And let's keep rising.